Mr. Ralph Henderson, our illustrious Sergeant at Arms, President and founder of Omni Productions. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Why you were interested for Doug to speak?
Well, a couple of things. One, leadership is something that's big in Toastmasters, and every year minimum, we go through a transition of leadership. And Doug is one of those folks. When I think of leader, I think of Doug. He's the real deal. I thought Doug would be someone that would be very impactful from a presentation perspective, but also from an application perspective. I think the audience will walk away with things that they can actually use and apply that I think would be beneficial.
It is great timing. So Doug is a friend of yours. Is there any fun fact you can share with us about Doug?
Yeah, Doug actually brought me in to help produce a leadership sponsored program a few years ago that John Maxwell's team put on called Live to Lead. It was really fascinating. And the first time we did it live, a live simulcast. And holy smokes, it was a big deal. It was simulcast all over the world. And there were thousands, if not tens of thousands of people involved in this thing. And I remember in the meeting afterwards, in a very good leadership style from a lessons learned perspective, Doug said, in the future, we'll probably do that differently. But the way he did it, the way he communicated it was just so professional, but I could just tell he was exhausted. But it was a labor of love, and it was just such a pleasure working with him on that project.
Are there any other last closing comments?
The last closing comments is, if you are somebody who is presenting or somebody who wants to work on your communication, whether that be live communication, presentations, or one-on-one, this is a meeting you're going to want to be encouraged to attend, because it really does look at those areas. And again, I'm just a big fan of communication. That's not going away, regardless of a pandemic or no pandemic. We're still going to have to communicate. And the better we are at doing that, I think, the better connected we are in these communities. So my parting words are, I would encourage you to consider attending this particular event.
Thank you, Ralph.